What are the top 3 tips or steps to pass your state test? So we're going to deal with top 3 of them. Okay, their steps. Actually have an ebook out. I'll give a link down there so you can get that on how to, pass your CNA. But what are the top 3 I'm going to share with you here on this video, and let's get right into it. So the first I will say is practice lots of practice questions. There's so many CNA questions out there that you can never go wrong, okay? The whole idea is, and this is what I tell even my nursing students that I coach, you got to keep practicing. You got to keep practicing. You just got to keep studying and going through those questions. Practice makes perfect, and that's the truth. Keep practicing those questions as much as you can. Just keep going through them. And if you're not getting the answers, search for the answers. The answers are there, okay? It's practice. Practice, and then the more you practice those questions, the more you start getting comfortable. You start to recognize questions when you see them. I promise you, you see questions even before you finish reading them, you're going to know that, oh wait, I know the answer is orange juice. And the answer is orange juice. But that doesn't just come from you being in class or you passing your test or your exam in class. No, it's from practice. You have got to start practicing. So whatever I'm telling you applies to LVNs and LPNs who want to take the NCLEX, because this is what I tell my nursing students that I coach. Or if you're an RN, it's the same thing. I mean, even while I was in school, I had to keep practicing all the time. I had to practice. Practice makes you familiar with questions. Practice makes you familiar with the methods that questions are asked. Practice also makes you recognize options, which will point you in the right direction. Sometimes you look at the options and that's what's pointing you in the right direction. Like, oh, wow. If I have this option, I have orange juice, I have potassium, I have sodium, and then I have, let's say vitamin D. I've seen this arrangement before. Though, yes, here they moved it around, but the answer here is vitamin D. Do you see what I'm saying? That comes from practice. So practice those questions. Keep practicing them. And then the second one, again, is still practice. For the CNA, you got to keep practicing your skills. You got to keep practicing your skills. I tell, for those that I coach, because again, for those of you who don't know, aside from the fact that I teach a CNA program, but I also give personal coaching. So people want to know how ready they are before they go to do the state test. So I do review coaching classes with them. I also offer refresher courses, and we do everything from the reading exam to the skills. And one thing I do also is to up their speed. I do this with my students because at the end of the day, you have a limited amount of time to show your skills. And it's usually more than 1, more than 2, and about 3 or 4. Okay, so you need to up your speed. How can you up your speed? It's practice. Practice and time yourself. You just got to keep practicing. You practice at work. For those of you who work, sometimes if you're nice enough to your patient and they give you permission, you can practice with them. However, you need to have permission. Don't go practicing on patients who have not given you permission, okay? But that helps you. It puts you in that headspace. And you can practice at home with your significant other, with your kids, with your, maybe a friend, your roommate. Practice. You can watch videos in my YouTube channel. I do have videos. The only thing I tell people about videos, make sure it's relevant to the state in which you're going to be tested in. So it doesn't make any sense if you're going to be state tested in New York, and you're watching a video from Florida. You're not going to pass. Okay, so make sure when you watch videos, 2 things to watch out for. It's relevant to the state that you're going to be tested in, and also that it is current. So, you can watch videos, okay? Watch videos and practice. And then the third thing is coaching classes. I already told you I offer coaching classes. You can reach me directly at nurseamyacademy@gmail.com, and I will determine what kind of assistance or what kind of help that you need for because again, one size doesn't fit all. So I do offer coaching classes, refresher courses. I do that with students that have gone through my class, and then I have people reaching out to me on my Instagram page. They DM me, which is Nurse Amy Academy, and some of you reach out to me either to my email or even through the YouTube channel, and that is fine. But those are 3 tips, 3 steps, okay, that you can use to pass your state test. So either your CNA or your reading for your NCLEX exams. These are things you can do. It's all about practice. You got to hone your craft. One thing you need to understand, there is a way to pass. There is a science to pass. And I tell my students this, those that went through my class and those in my coaching and refresher courses class. There is a science to pass. There's a way to pass the exam, and there's a way to get the job done in an outside world. They're 2 different things, night and day. So again, these are the things: practice, 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 practice. Practice questions, answer those questions. Make sure you start to recognize them, even in your sleep. You recognize the right answer. And then, of course, for those that are going to be nursing assistants and you're going to be tested on skills, well, you got to practice your skills, at home, at work, and then coaching classes. It doesn't even have to be mine, but find a good coach who's ready to work with you. I work with my students up until the point where they pass. And when they pass their state exam, I have students coming to me after they have failed, and we pinpoint where the weak points are. So again, if you're receiving value in this episode, please go ahead, smash the like button, smash the bell, notification bell, and of course, please subscribe to my channel. It encourages me, and for those of you who keep coming back, thank you so much. I love you. I cannot thank you enough, and I'll see you in the next video.